You guys up for a toga party?
You bring the sheets, I'll bring my spouse.
You guys up for a toga party? Dirty Pop.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. I'm your host, Lance Bass. This is Dirty Pop on SiriusXM's OutQ 106 and Stars at night. I got Drew Boo with me.
Hello.
And right now, let's talk a little social time. It's a little social talk.
A little social media.
Social media talk. Mm-hmm. We have Asher Levin on the show. We have Sebastian Sobczak. Is that, I say it right?
Yep.
Okay. I didn't really, but he's just being really nice. He's like, yeah, you said it right.
Close enough.
And Sebastian here has created TSU, TSU, the new social site that I just joined because this is really important because everyone wants to start owning their stuff. Facebook, all these platforms are, they're just using your stuff and using your face and likeness to do ads and you don't get any of that. Now, Asher, your mom was just on the show last week, Debbie.
Yeah,
Debbie Levin.
we Levins frequent
we love y'all
world
here.
of Lance.
That's right. She's the president of the Environmental Media Association. So, Sebastian, tell us exactly what is SU.
Firstly, thanks for having me. SU is a social platform. It's free, but it has an embedded payment mechanism into it. And it runs all on this indomitable philosophy that you have to essentially pay content creators royalties for the commercial use of their likeness, image, and work. It's actually shocking because it's the only platform that does that on social. The current social establishment has proven to be this amazing business model. Some of these leading platforms, they print on the order of $800 million of cash flow per month, leveraging free user-generated content, which is your lyrics, your music, my baby photos, Asher's Environmental Media Association, and so forth. Actually, in aggregate, billions of people's likeness and image, and they're wrapping ads, sponsorships and third-party application dollars around it and monetizing it to the tune of 100% for the platform that actually creates 0% of the content and does no interaction.
So it's interesting, right? Because when we all got on Facebook in 1994, or not 1994, 2004, excuse me, we were like, oh, this is really cool. I can post my pictures. It's like MySpace and Friendster,
it was
but
all
it's
about
kind of the
making
cool version
friends.
of it.
That's
Right.
all it was about,
and
making
connecting each other. And like, I can see what you're doing. And somebody's like, they literally did status updates that were like, oh, just watching such and such right now, and then people would like it or whatever. And I remember saying to my friends, how can they do this for free? Well, it turns out they're doing it for free because they're using all of our data, but not just that, our status updates, our pictures,
Making
all that kind of
millions.
stuff, and making gajillions of dollars off of it. It was only a matter of time for somebody like you to come along and say, we can give you the same thing that Facebook is giving you, but we're going to allow you to make some money off it. Or do I have that wrong? Am I describing that incorrectly?
No, that's exactly what it is. I believe, and we believe at Sue.co, in content ownership. And if you own the copyright, you should own the economics behind it as well, right? And so if you're on the radio, those radio stations have to pay you a royalty for playing your song. Social media shouldn't be different from that perspective. Philosophically, I think it's the dominant position to hold, is you have to reward the content creators. If you want to look at it from a 50,000-foot overview, film and music used to be $1 trillion business before kind of the millennium, right? You had these platforms came along that did a wonderful job of monetizing everybody's content and the content creation areas of the planet. And let's just look at those in the United States: Nashville, New York, and Southern California. Their royalties or the value of their content creation essentially dropped about 90%, which is like $900 billion, which is oddly similar to the sum of the market caps, which are valued off of discounted cash flows, to the platforms actually monetizing that content now. So that value has been ported from the content creation areas of the world all into the platform creator areas of the world, which is predominantly Northern California. Right, and I just think there's a better way to do it. As great as those applications were back in 2004, the monetization and the application has become so commercial off the backs of everybody's likeness and image. And I just think there's a better way to do it. YouTube has created this model where you have to essentially reward the content creator, and look how it's flourished. You have that whole ecosystem really thriving. And even offline, you have Supreme Court decisions basically saying to the NCAA, for example, that if you're going to take royalties for the commercial use of your athletes, you have to pay them.
Yeah.
And that was 2 to 3 months ago. So if online works by paying people, what they're worth regarding their content, and the Supreme Court has even mandated that you have to pay the student athlete for the commercial use of their likeness and image, social shouldn't be any different. And unfortunately, the current platforms are publicly held companies trading at really healthy valuations, and they're going to pension funds and institutional investors saying that basically, we are worth 16 to 30 times revenues because we're going to grow top line 20 to 40% per year for the next 6 years, which really just translates to perpetually free content with more ads at higher rates wrapped around it, which doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Lance, it's so crazy because we've all been so caught up in our privacy being hacked and I've been worried about that. We haven't even thought about that we should actually be being paid for people utilizing our content.
Yeah, that's true. Now walk us through, Sue, if we want to get on it, because I know I just signed up, but I haven't really played with it just yet, because I just signed up last week. So, okay, anyone listening right now, they can go to sue.co.
/Lance Bass.
Oh, /Lance Bass. Oh, so you find a friend of yours and you sign up underneath them?
Exactly. And that is the key to the success of this model, right? If we can track who created the adoption, well, we can actually reward them for essentially building the social network. So 10 years ago, just like when you told your buddies to join these established platforms, you actually did a lot of value creation for the platforms themselves. You did the work of the platform, and you got nothing for it. And we exactly, reward the adoption of the platform through this mechanism that is what we call the short code mechanism. So the prefix for anybody's short code is always sue.co, but nobody can actually sign up with Sue that way. You always have to have an invite code through an influencer or a friend or somebody that you follow and so forth. And that really creates this mathematical construct that mimics royalty payments that were afforded to copyright owners before the free internet and file sharing.
And doesn't that help with a lot of fake profiles?
Well, we're a commercial site, so and because you can essentially monetize through royalties your likeness and image, we remove anybody essentially squatting on names or impersonating and things like that. So we keep it genuine. If your name is actually Kevin Durant or whatever, you can keep that name, right? Kevin Durant is on the platform, but he goes by the handle of Easy Money Sniper, right? Which is his.
I want a fun handle. Lance Bass is boring. Let's make us something fun.
Well, I'm sure a lot of fans would disagree and like Lance Bass, but what's really important to understand is that these social platforms, the platform creator, they're like your business partner. They've inserted themselves into the sign-up process, right, through their .com domain name. So your friends did all the adoption work, but when you signed up, you became the 100% inefficient business partner of the platform creator. And so what that happens, what that creates for the platform creator is an annuity off of you. They actually don't interact with you. They create no content. You're not their friend or follower, but you're their business partner. So somebody like myself living in New York, I'm probably valued to the tune of hundreds of dollars per year because of where I live. And what happens is that annuity goes right to the platform, right? That annuity actually is like somebody getting a royalty payment on an annual basis, or on a steady basis, I should say. Right? And so if you remove the platform from the actual sign-up process, like Sue does, you transfer that annualized royalty mechanism to each and every user. So for the first time, any digital content creator can actually get an annuity that mimics the copyright-based royalty streams that they had before the free internet and before file sharing. So it's very, very powerful. Because by sharing your short code with your audience, you influence them to come to a brand new platform that they can share in with the same math. And those people are average Joes. They are Viners, they are YouTubers, they are street artists, and so forth. They're a representation of basically everybody we have on the platform today. But everybody becomes an owner of their content, including owner of the economics, and is a benefactor in this kind of perpetuity or annualized royalty stream. Yeah. It's very, very powerful. This is how you attach your audience in perpetuity to your content. And everybody's been searching for this solution on the internet, and we have it.
This is
that's how
great.
powerful it is.
So people listening right now that want to be on Sue, how do you get my short code? Do you just put Lance Bass in?
Yeah, sue.co/Lance Bass, and you have full access to our wonderful, fully featured social network, and you're immediately following Lance Bass. And
Drew
then-
Boo, you got to sign up today.
I will do. Actually, I've already signed up.
Did you use my short code?
I didn't use.
What
your
is
short
wrong
code.
with you, Drew Boo?
I want people to use my short code.
Well, okay.
I want to start making money off of this.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, people will use your short code.
Did you guys tweet this out yet?
I have not tweeted this out. I don't think.
I think we need to do it right now.
Oh gosh.
Let's get you
What do I do?
on Twitter.
Okay. I'm
And
on Twitter. right now.
Lance is going to tweet out his short code right now.
What is my short code?
It's sue.co
So I just write-
/Lance Bass.
TSU.co.
Yeah, right.
I hate autocorrect. It's the worst thing in the world. I just want TS. Okay. .co
Yeah,
/
Lance Bass.
Lance Bass.
That's your short code.
Okay.
That's right, Sebastian?
Oh, I'm sorry. It autocorrected my name. Why not? Oh my gosh. Lance Bass goes to Lance Ads. Always. Stop. Just stop.
Oh, this is
Okay. All right, so that's
scintillating.
it.
Okay, so you just tweeted that?
Well, I'm about to. That's
Okay,
all I do.
Tweet,
well, I need to
we'll
tell them what this
everyone
is.
to go to Sue, and Sebastian, you want to tell them what to tweet here? This is real time, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen.
honestly, you have about 4,888 followers. It's kind of a nice
On
round
Sue
number.
already?
That's right.
Yeah.
How? I hadn't even been on it yet.
Well, tweet
You have
now.
beautiful
Okay.
content.
Now, everyone out there, I just want to let everyone who's hearing know, if you're a true Lance Bass fan, you need to log on right now to Twitter. You need to get on that short code, and you need to join Sue, because Lance is imploring you to do so.
All right. Don't spread it.
so I can say, look, they actually pay you for your
Yeah, yeah.
content. That is awesome. I mean, of course, everyone's going to want to be on this if you get paid for your content.
So
All right. Okay, I just did it. Done.
So it'll be interesting to track in real time how
Well, everyone's in their car right now, so I doubt they're going to be signing up to Sue just at this moment right now.
you'd be surprised.
Yeah.
So let me tell you a little bit about the mechanism. So we take 10% of all economics created to sustain the platform, and we give 90% away, giving half of that 90% to the content creator and the other half to the chain of command that basically brought the content creator to the network. And what's great is that mechanism in mass populates everybody's account with real purchasing power. Right? And that's where the platform comes in to give value to its network. We provide you with peer-to-peer payments, merchant services, and credit. And so that is a real value add. We play in a market that is 10 times larger than the $150 billion digital and mobile advertising market that tries to, by the way, separate you from your money. I'm insinuating what the other established platforms do, and I'd rather make my business in something that is very interesting, being essentially creating this like economic platform rather than again trying to separate you from what really are your content dollars.
Can two people, like we have Jason and Fred, and they just tweeted me, and they were like, hey, because they have Jason and Fred on Facebook, they have Jason and Fred everywhere they go. They're a couple. Can they have a couples page? I mean, can they combine their name?
Well, I guess
Yeah,
just
yeah,
call
I
it
mean-
Jason and Fred. And,
Yeah,
I mean, it's run by.
you can have a parody page and so forth as long as you legally own your page or the rights to the content. There's no reason
This
that you
is
can't
gonna
have any-
mess up Facebook.
I hope so.
Completely mess up Facebook.
All right.
Like I'm ready just to get rid of my Facebook and just use Sue because it is. I mean, now that we start thinking about it, all the time you spend on your social media and the content you create for your fans, to know that doesn't go to waste. And one, that Facebook is making money off your sweat that you put into this, and knowing that you'll get a little back for all that time. And it's not just you. I mean, I have a team of people that help out. So it would be nice to know that. Wow.
So can I want to tell you something. I spent a week almost in Nashville last week, and I met some great people, and it was all through Sue. And there's such a groundswell, right? We're just making chicken, and they're cooking it, and so forth, every way they wish. And so I wanted to meet who these people are in Nashville. And I didn't realize Nashville is such a hub of content creation that has been absolutely destroyed. And I met this one individual. He's a good friend now. His song got played on Pandora 1.5 million times that he co-wrote. Do you know what his royalty payment was?
What?
$18. Do you know that if he got played 150 million times with that song on Pandora, which means basically everybody in the U.S. listened to that song, he would have made $1,800
On Sue.
No,
No,
on Pandora.
On Pandora.
Okay, so what can he make on Sue? TSU.
Well, the same guy in 2 weeks already has made over $100. And so why? Because the monetization model of social is orders of magnitude better than anything out there. And it's proven. It's empirical evidence, right?
Okay, so hold on, because we're getting a little, mired in some of the details here. If let's say I post a picture of Lance and I, we came out of the Chili's and we just got done eating, and it's a funny picture of Lance and I in front of a Chili's restaurant, and people start liking it. Am I making money off of that on Sue?
Absolutely.
How?
Because it's wrapped in ads, just like the other platforms.
So you'll put
Except
ads across my picture?
not across your picture, but around it.
Yeah.
And sponsored posts and all
And
these
then I'll
things
get a
your
check in the
news
mail?
feed. Yeah, absolutely.
So when people sign up, they put their credit card
Nope.
information. No,
we never want
how
your
do you-
credit card.
So
we never want your debit card.
how do
and
they
we
pay?
never want your bank information. This is the beauty of the model. All the value and the purchasing power comes from your content and your network. That is it. Listen to it. Like, you've never given all these established platforms your credit card or bank
I know, but how do I
information.
get paid?
So it's just, we borrow from the AdSense and YouTube model at $100. Essentially, you hit a redeem request and we send you a check. And that's becoming a stored value card where you'll be able to essentially have that purchasing power at your fingertips, and we'll make a vast portion of that merchant services fee offline, right? And that just makes sense because we're adding value. We're giving you this purchasing power, and you can transact in any way you wish. Through our mechanism, actually, we're sustaining ourselves, right? And so it's a very, very different kind of philosophy. It's, I think, indomitable.
exciting.
It gives ownership back to the content creators, and we are all content creators, from artists to musicians. But really, the whole ecosystem of people in your industry are absolutely destroyed with kind of the status of the internet now. And this gives them kind of the sustenance that they're looking for in a model that is far more monetizable than anything that currently
Well,
exists.
it's nice to feel like you're not taken advantage of anymore, and I'm glad that the listeners out there can start their own too. Use my code, go with Lance Bass, and then start your own. Get your friends to sign up under you, and go ahead and start getting paid for your content.
I love it.
That's simple. That's no brain.
TSU.co/Lance Bass.
To start.
Is mine /Drew Picorni, or is it a
Or do
different
you-
name that I chose?
don't know
'Cause
your-
I was
your
probably
handle.
this is
You're
Drew.
probably-
Yeah.
Depends what
This
time of
is
night you
Drew.
set it up. It might have been like,
All right, so
Wait,
check out.
what? What are you trying to say there, Sebastian? Settle down, you.
So you can use that. This or Drew or Lance Bass, and you can start your Sue today.
I love it.
I
Very
like it,
cool,
guys.
Very cool.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you
This
very
is
much.
awesome. I'm going to start playing around with Sue a lot more now. I know Meg the Magnificent is like, not another one for me.
She can do it.
I
She's
know.
awesome.
No, well, eventually we can just all kind of have this as your major platform, and then everything kind of feeds into it.
Right.
That's how it goes.
I love
All
it.
right. Asher, thanks for being here, my man.
Of course.
And
Thank
then
you for bringing
Sebastian,
us on.
Very nice to meet you, my man.
Pleasure.
Good luck with this. I think it's a
Great.
brilliant idea, and thanks for helping the little guys out there make a little extra spending cash. That's good stuff. All right, let's take a little break. When we come back, we'll have more pop culture for you. See you in a bit.
This is Dirty Pop with